Hello everybody, how are you doing tonight? Today is January the 22nd, and this is my 6th Flosstube video. My name's Debbie, and welcome back if you are a returning subscriber or watcher, and welcome to all my new subscribers. I've really enjoyed all the comments people have been leaving me, and I appreciate all the prayers for my son. And I just wanted to get on here and make a video and show you my new whips. All the whips I've been doing a whole lot of stitching and some haul. Of course, you can't get by without some haul. And I guess that's probably mostly what I want to talk about. I do have a little life update. I talked to you about my son. Now, he came in last week, and he was only here 4 days this time. But he has come across an opportunity to buy a house, which is like a rent-to-own type of deal. You know, he's paying so much down and then so much a month for like 9 years, and then the house will be his. It's a cute little 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath brick ranch house. It's got a new roof, a new HVAC system. I mean, it's in really good shape. It's not in the best part of town, but it's not in the worst part of town either. So, you know, for his first home, I think that's great. He's got his 19-year-old son that's going to live with him. And when his girlfriend graduates from high school, she's going to move in with him. And so I'm hoping it works out for him. And he seems to be doing better on the, the drug front. He's trying. He really, really wants to get off of that stuff. But it's just, it's really hard. And on our house front, well, we found a house that we really wanted. And it had been on the market since July. Now, lately, the housing market is pretty tight because there's not a lot of houses out there. So we've never bought a house, and it's a big decision. So we've been looking at this house a few times, thinking about it, and it had been on the market since July. So we thought, well, we got a little bit of time. Well, we waffled back and forth. Finally, we decided we was going to put an offer in, and the day we called I texted my agent. She called them, and they had sold it the night before. So, oh gosh, so back to the drawing board. But we're still looking and seeing what we can find. But right now, it's just to get something that we feel comfortable financially getting I don't know. It's going to have to be inexpensive enough for my husband to feel comfortable, but nice enough for me to want it. It's not. I don't have to have a mansion, but I want something that's basically move in ready. So we'll see what we can come up with. Hopefully we'll find something. Anyway, I've done lots and lots of stitching. First of all, I want to show you my my book. I'll put my camera down. I got this. It's the Needlework Press Book of Days. It's a calendar, and I've been keeping track of my whips in here. My starts, my whips, and all that. I want to do that because I'm trying to stitch every day and see if I can, how many days of the year that I can get by with stitching. I mean, with not stitching. Try not to get by with any days with not stitching. That makes no sense whatsoever. But anyway, I wrote every day when I would stitch, I'd write down what I stitched on. So I've worked on a lot of different sals this week. This is my last video. Excuse me, potassium. Yeah. Anyway, my first one is, see, I made my last video on the 9th, so I worked on this one right here. It's my old whip that I'm working on, trying to get it finished, my Verlinden mystery sampler. And I got kind of close to the bottom, and I kind of got scared, thinking, oh my gosh, I'm not going to have enough room. And I've worked on this a lot in the last few years. So I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and stitch to the very bottom to make sure. Last time I showed it to you, I was over here, and I finished this page. Then I went over here and went to the very bottom. That little thing on the bottom is as far down as it goes. So I just got to finish off there and on down. This right here is a piece of thread, and it will be done. So I'm trying to work on this at least once a month, and hopefully in just a few months, by the summertime, I'll hope to have this done. That is going to be a real big accomplishment for me, because I've had that as a whip for many years, over 10 years, 12 years probably. I think it came out in 2006. Okay, and I did do some more work on a sampler for my mother. I worked on that on the 12th, And also the 13th. Sometimes I do more than one because sometimes just, it depends on how much stitching time I get on the 12th. And this month I didn't get a lot, so I went ahead and worked on the 13th also. So here's where I'm at on this one. I did this part right here. Wait a minute. Yeah. That part this month. It's fun. These Quakers are really fun. Some people really don't like them, and you know, but I really do. I mean, I just love the motif samplers. But see, I'm not one that would want to stitch ever. I have a bunch of, I probably at least got a half, maybe even a dozen Heaven and Earth design charts. They're beautiful, don't get me wrong. And I think I probably bought them back in '06 when I was stitching before, and I just don't see myself ever stitching them. Some of them I bought hard copies of, and some of them I bought PDFs, so I'm not sure which ones are which, so I just don't know that I'd feel comfortable selling them because of the fact that I don't know, you know, which one's a PDF and which one's not. So I also worked on my bird sampler from Weavers. Last time I just had this leaf done, and of course this part, but now I got this much done. I just have to do this part over here and the other leaf on this side, and then that's this month done. So I'm happy about that. And as usual, I'm not really organized. I try, but I'm just you know, just can't get there. So here is my linen and threads as far as I've got on this one so far. I really want to try to get this done before the end of the month, but we'll see. We'll see how far I get. But I've gotten some more done since I showed you. So it's going to be right pretty, I think. It's been a lot of fun stitching that. And this one is the Jan Houtman. This one I'm still kind of iffy on. I really don't know. I found out that those letters at the top was his address and the date. Well, I went ahead and took the letters out, because I'm going to put something else up there. If I continue stitching this one, this is part 1 and part 2. The next part's out. There's more letters that go down here, but I'm not even going to stitch them until I see what they are. So I got another part over here to do for part 3. I need to work on that one. You know, I can just change it up now. Where I took them out, I don't know if you can see that or not, but you see it's kind of got a little bit of kind of boogered up a little bit there. So hopefully I can put something there that'll go over that. It'll be fine if I stitch something over it. It just won't be if it's just out there with no stitching on it. It has been really, really cold here the last few days. We haven't got any snow, but it was down to like 18 degrees in North Carolina. That's pretty, well, in the middle part of the state, that's pretty low. And it's, yeah, that's not fun. Tonight it's supposed to get down to like 28 degrees, but we're supposed to have freezing rain tonight, which I don't like because my husband's driving tonight. He's a truck driver, so that's not good. All right, now I started on the Weavers, which is not really Weavers now. It's the Magical Sal's, which from the blog is Magical Quilts or something like that, and she's doing several different stitch alongs. She's doing one 50 by 50, which I started, and I'm about halfway through with it. I would have finished it by now, but the thread I chose. Now I bought years ago, well, a couple of years ago when I first started collecting all this thread and stuff, I saw Moselle, which I like Moselle, but this is the silks, and they are not easy to work with. I believe it's not really silk. I heard that it's really like the DMC rayon, and she's over-dyed it. If I'd have known that when I bought them, I never would have bought them. I have the whole set. She had a Black Friday sale one time, and she and I bought every one of them. I was like, I think it was 50% off. It was last year, or year before last. And I bought everyone in her set, and you know, but I've never really used them before, and now I'm starting to try to use some of that. And now her cottons, they're beautiful to stitch with, but those silks, oh gosh, she don't make those anymore. But anyway, I don't like them. Do not like them. But anyway, this is another one of the magical sals. This is the ornament of month, and this month the theme was copper. So I don't know if you can see, but that's it's kind of blurry. But this got copper, picture this plus, listen at me. Petite treasure braid. And I have got some copper beads, and of course the DMC thread. I did that in one evening. That was pretty cool. Now I just got to figure out how to finish it. And then last month I was telling you about that size 56 count fabric I got, and I was going to try stitching on it, which I've started. But I don't know that I could ever stitch anything big on a piece of this, because it's really, really hard to see. I wish I could get this to focus, but I don't think it's going to. Anyway, this is it. This is a freebie by Blue Ribbon Designs. It's got little hearts. And I'm using that machine embroidery thread I showed you. And at first I was using a beading needle, but then last night I started using a size 28. And it works just as good. I like it better. That beading needle is so long and so sharp, it's just hard to stitch with that. So I did that one. And let's see what else I got here. That was a new start, so. And well, I guess I could. I'm so darn unorganized. I started this one last night. This is the Mary Ann Stinson. Let me see if you can see it without me taking it out of the... I showed that in my last video. This is the one that's done with wools. It's really pretty. But I started last night, and I've never stitched with wool before. It's a little fuzzy, fuzzier than DMC and thicker. That's all I got done because I started kind of late. But it's not, it doesn't fray up. You know, this is on a 32 count wheat from Silk Weaver. So that's what I got done there. And I'm using a little hoop for that. I like using hoops for small count fabrics. I mean, for small pieces and stuff. And I just had this handy, so I said, I'm just going to put that in the hoop because I'm not doing much of it. So that is what I did. And then I restarted the Anne Grimshaw. I was telling you I was going to restart because I started in black. That's what it stitched on originally, but I saw that one really pretty colorway in these blues, teal blues, 2 different colors, and she sells them on her website on the Scarlet Letter in the Hanks, and these are the 2 colors I'm stitching it in. This is the main color, and then this will be the accent. So I started off with that, and I'm doing this on 40 count Country Mocha. It's not vintage when it's 40 for some reason. It's really hard to see the color, but it's really, it's going well. And I actually started using the pin stitch on this one, and I like it. It's just, starting it with it works really good, but it's just finishing it, it's a little bit, I don't know, a little bit iffier on doing, you know, finishing off with the pin stitch, but I'll get used to it. I will get used to it. So I guess that's my starts. I had like the little ornament and the 50 by 50 and the little bitty 56 count and this week. There's like 4 starts this week. So, well, that's my whips. I got some haul. Not as much as I've been having, but I still have some. I ordered from 123 Stitch. I ordered some more needles for my high count fabric, but they're too sharp. It's not going to work. This one is a couple more of those skeins of Dinky Dyes for the Echoing Evergreens. I didn't realize it called for 2 skeins of a couple of them. This is Sampler Cove Double Dutch. I saw this when I was on 123 Stitch. And I really, you know. So I got that. That's really pretty. This is the fabric I got for, well, it's Country Mocha. This is for the Merrily Merrily We Welcome Spring Sow. My fabric just wasn't big enough. Even with 40 count, I needed a piece that was 20 by 20, 20 by 20, I think. And the piece I had was like 18 by 20. It was just, I just didn't feel comfortable putting it on a piece that, you know, like cutting it that close. So I went ahead and got that. So I can put that in there now and get ready to start that one. I got all the thread, and now I got the fabric. I also ordered this from 123 Stitch. This is a little Quaker-esque by Blue Ribbon Designs. Also on Stash and Load Cross Stitch Only, which I have never ever bought anything off of any of those Stash and Load groups. I'm in 2 or 3 different ones, I think 2. And somebody was putting on a bunch of Picture This Plus linen. This is 40 count. This is 20. This is a half yard, 27 by 36. This is called This is Bramble, one of their newer colors, I think. And this was $42, which is, I think she charged me $42, but it's $10 cheaper than buying it, you know, from Picture This Plus or from 123 Stitch. So that's a big piece, and I know either I can stitch something really big on it, or I can cut it up and make, you know, lots of little things. So I thought that was a decent deal. I like it. I should be good for fabric for a long time to come. I got my color and cotton. I get 5 skeins a month. And I made an order off of the eBay for some of Victoria Clayton's. Victoria Clayton, listen to me, I wish. Victorian Motto sampler threads. I got several skeins of that. Different ones that I've been wanting to add to my collection. Which I got quite a collection now of her threads. But I'm starting to use them now, so that's a good thing. Okay. Also ordered these threads for it's a Papillon chart I just recently bought on their website. Downloaded. It's called Cotillion. And I had this piece of Picture This Plus fabric, and it's called Dawn. Yeah, Dawn. And this is the threads that goes with it. Now, the ones that they show, the fabric they show is darker than this one, I think. A little darker blue, but hopefully these will show up over here on this okay. It's, I think that'll work. So, I got all those threads for that. And then I made an order from Down Sunshine Lane. I really love ordering from them because, man, you get your stuff in just a few days. My brother and his partner's getting married, so I don't normally stitch gifts for people because it takes so long for me to stitch anything, usually, to finish anything. I've done better recently, but it really takes a long time for me to finish. This is Red Dragon Spice Tea. That's really good. But anyway, I found this little sampler for him. It's not, you know, going to be big, and it's not going to take me long. It's Country Cottage Needleworks, and it's to have and to hold. Now, my brother is gay, so I'm going to put 2 little groomsmen there instead of the bride. They liked it. I mean, I gave them different choices, and that's the one they chose. So, I'm looking forward to doing that for them. This is Jardin Privé. This is a little Quaker. This is a Chessie and Me. It's called It's an original design called Make Do Sampler. That's really cute. I got a couple of Pineberry Lane, Sarah Platt, like 1811. And Winifred Glark. It looks like a G, 1892. I like that one because of the pretty reds in there. Another Jardin Privé. And Ink Circles, Monkey Wrench. This calls for Curious Creations threads, but her website's been down. Now, this happened once before. Her grandmother was sick, and so she took it offline, her website offline until, because she was visiting with her grandmother. So hopefully, she's just offline for a while, and she's coming back. But, she got it, like I said, she went to school and got a job, and she's having trouble keeping up with everything. But, if she decides to go out of business, what can we do? She's got to do what's best for her. And then I got my Baker's Dozen. This is my first package of the Fabric of the Month. This is Picture This Plus, and I want to show you before I open the package. And that's so cute. So, I just love cutely wrapped packages. Well, I'll just pull it off this way. I was in trouble with not unwrapping something before you go on camera, because sometimes it don't unwrap that easily. So, it's like a Christmas present. All right. And this is a snowflake frame. That's like a little free gift in there. Isn't that cute? Oh, isn't that cute? You can like stitch something, and then there's the back of it that goes in there. Oh, that is really cute. I can stitch an ornament for that for next year for my tree. And of course, she included several freebie charts. So that's cool. I'll definitely use this because I plan on stitching some ornaments this year. Oh darn! I had an ornament thing and I didn't bring it in here. I didn't see it. It was the Annie B's Ornament of the Month Club. I got the first month, and since I'm trying to cut down on my clubs, I went ahead and sent Crazy Annie's an email saying I didn't want to continue in the club, but I don't know if she'll invoice me or not for the next month. We'll see. This is 32 count. I'm getting a half a yard, and this one is Ariel. It's really pretty. Fabric of the Month, and it's blue. You can't really tell on there, but it's pretty. I mean, it's blue, but it's pretty though. I really like that. I have some Picture This Plus that's an Ada, but their Ada is so soft, and a lot of people, that's what they love about it, but it's almost too soft for me. So I just still can stitch on it, but I don't really like it as well as I do Ada that's not been dyed. So, and I ordered this right here from 123 Stitch. I have a really old one that's got the thread in fringe. It's like a fringe, and it's got all the new colors and stuff. So I've been, even some of the metallics, I think it's supposed to have the metallics. Yeah, different ones. So I've been wanting to get this for a while since I come out with this new one. And so now I got this so I can, switch out my threads when I want to. And I ordered from Gina's Unique Boutique. I really don't use needle minders that much, but I do use counting pins. And she had these on her sale this last time, and I got 3 of these. They're so pretty. And my birthstone's ruby, so that kind of reminds me of my birthstone. That's my haul for today, and that's my whips. So I've been seeing that a lot of people have been talking about having a word for the year, and I've been thinking about that. What word could be my year? What I would want to strive for. And I'm couldn't come up with a word, but came up with a phrase. Que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. And I need to learn to accept things and not stress so much and worry about things that I cannot change. And so, you know, I tell my son that all the time. You know, he stresses over things that's going on in his life. And I said, look, don't worry about things that may not come, you know, that may not happen, and you can't do anything about it anyway, so don't worry about it until it happens. That's great advice I give him, but I still can't follow my own advice. So I try, but I have a lot of anxiety because of, you know, things like that. But anyway, this is it for tonight. I recorded this on my phone. I hope it comes out good. And I will get back with you again probably next week or two. So you all have a good night. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.